In this lesson, we're going to talk about the concept of an abstract class. And to demonstrate that concept, we're going to work with the shape and rectangle class from the last chapter. An abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated. In other words, you cannot create an instance of an object of an abstract class. The abstract class is there strictly to be a base class for other classes that will derive from it. A classic example of an abstract class would be the shape class that we looked at previously. In a graphics program, for example, you wouldn't have any shape objects. You would have objects that are of some type of shape, such as a square or a circle or a rectangle or a triangle. But there's really no such thing as just a shape. A shape has to be some type of shape. So it makes sense when you're building a graphics program to make the shape class abstract. And so to do that, it's very simple. Simply add the keyword abstract before the keyword class at the beginning of the class definition. Now, if I try to create a shape object, watch what happens. So we try to create a new shape, and the compiler won't let us. The error cannot create an instance of the abstract class or interface. That's because the shape class is not meant to be instantiated. It's meant to only be a base class that we derive other classes from. Not only can a class be abstract, but you can also make abstract methods. An abstract method is a method that you want derived classes to implement, but that you don't want to provide some sort of base definition for originally, because each object's going to have its own version of that method. So for example, the draw method might be a good abstract method. And to make it abstract, all we have to do is add the keyword abstract before the keyword public and take the body out. You cannot have a body for a method that's not already defined or that's abstract. So now when someone's looking at the base class shape, they're going to see this draw method and say, oh yeah, there's a method I need to implement, but I don't have a base implementation to work with, so I'm going to have to define my own. Abstract methods can have parameters. The draw method doesn't have to, but we could provide some. And any of the other methods that we would use in a class like this can either have parameters or not have parameters, like the draw method does. There's not much else to say about abstract classes for now. Like I said earlier, this is more of an advanced concept, and if we were trying to build a large, complex, object-oriented programming, we could work a lot more with abstract classes. I just wanted to introduce you to the concept here. So with that being said, we're ready to move to the next lesson, which will introduce another advanced concept, which we're only going to talk about briefly, and that's the concept of the interface.